Welcome back to day 4 of the group stage of Dota 2 Asian Championship. I'm here with Andrew, WinteR, and GoDz. How's it going, guys?
The weather's great over here, Bruno.
I know, right? I can see above the clouds. It's pretty windy as well.
How does it feel, Parker, to be the shortest one on the panel?
I'm experiencing new things. That's what I told myself I woke up. Today I will experience new things.
Okay.
That sounds like a horoscope, you know?
Yeah.
Today you will experience new things.
Today,
Yes.
The Chinese fortune cookie.
Watch
like
for the sugar.
So,
Yeah.
up next, what do we have, Bruno? Vici, Cloud9, a big one?
Vici Cloud9. Actually, to me, the most exciting match so far.
Definitely.
We've seen a lot of stomps. Let me go back to my normal height.
Ooh,
Great.
Welcome back.
That feels better. Cloud9 trying to come back, trying to get into that top 8. I think their closest rival right now is Hellraisers. I feel like, Hellraisers is already in the top 8 after winning versus MVP, but they feel like the two teams that can, one of those will go top 8, one of those will go bottom 8.
Okay, there's only room for one?
There's only room for
Zero-sum game?
Yeah, zero-sum game, not for 2.
All right.
How do you feel about C9 in this tournament so far?
Day 1, I thought they were one of the teams to look out for, one of the kind of teams to beat, but day 2 going as bad as it did, I think there was definitely some signs of weakness.
That techie speak, right, WinteR?
Yeah, they got affected by that game.
Was it also the eHome game that they lost the day before? That they should have won that game.
But the manner of them losing that game wasn't like, they got basically trashed the secret game. That was really the really bad game that they lost, and yeah, you lost against Techis.
Are you saying that Mr. Jackie Mao is an emotional guy?
Would anyone
think that's
disagree?
fair enough.
I wouldn't disagree with
Would
that.
anyone disagree?
GoDz,
not
contrarian over there? No, not this time.
Why? I'm just locked in as the guy who argues. Is that it?
Well, that's the way I've seen it so
It's
far.
okay.
It's like we all agree, and then it's like, okay,
No,
I'm betting on the underdog.
It's not the Navi game. It's not a Navi game.
It's not an AV game?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I love that we're sporting similar.
Similar pattern. Oh,
Pattern.
yeah, I've got the
The
T-shirt.
tiger?
You've got the
Yeah.
jacket.
I didn't
We've
know it
got
was
the
animal
full,
print day. I missed the memo.
Yeah.
I might have a little animal print I could have busted out, guys.
Maybe
I missed-
later.
I missed the buck. Maybe later.
Fair enough. So C9 versus Vici Gaming is coming. Just so that you have an idea, this is the day 4 of the tournament. The standings look more or less like this. On the top 8, we have Team Secret 11-0, already qualified for top 8. Even if they lose all their other matches, they're going to be 11-4. That is better than Invictus Gaming, Hellraisers, and LGD Gaming. So at worst, they can come out 5th.
Yeah.
Of course, I think they're going to come out first.
Yeah.
It seems like nobody has the secret weapon against Team Secret to shut them down.
Yeah.
They've just been looking strong all across the board. Do they have any really difficult matches left?
They have EG and Vici Gaming.
Yeah, the
The
last
EG and Vici.
the
Okay.
last day. It was.
Yeah.
It's on the last day.
Okay, so they'll have potentially a tough last day, but still, it's a
still,
good
even
position to be in when you come in saying, well, even if we lose these games, we're still in a good spot.
Yeah.
Probably not how the competitors think about it, but does give you that little sigh of relief, I guess.
In fact, if they end up, let's say they win the other 2 matches, or sorry, even if they lose, never mind.
Well,
I was going to make a point, but it doesn't make sense.
they play Rave.
What I'm saying
in
is
this
that the
heat.
tiebreaker
Yeah.
depends on who wins those 2 matches. So they will have to lose the matches to both Vici Gaming
And EG.
and EG, and then Vici Gaming or EG should win all of their matches for them to be able to catch up to Secret.
Right.
So they're in a very, very good spot.
So Cloud9, they're in the lower half of the bracket right now. I think they're pretty close. 4 and 5. So
They're second of the
Hellraisers-
worst.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, my suggestion is because teams play different amount of matches. Like, for example, they played 9 matches and Secret played 11. You look at the losses column. There are
Yes.
5 losses. And 5 losses puts them at the same place as the 7th.
Like Hellraisers are 6 and 5 right now.
Exactly, right. So if they win 2 games, they could very easily go there. If you just take a look at the losses column on the bottom side, actually, are MVP and Phoenix, MVP and Newbie are 1 and 9.
Yeah.
Are 1 and 9 or 1 and 10 already? No, 1 and 9.
1 and 9.
1 and 9, yes.
for sure.
So those 2 guys looking
It's
very complicated today.
Complicated.
Complicated is
that's
the
a good
word.
word for it.
Why complicated? It's pretty simple. They're straightforward. Not.
It's
Done.
pretty straightforward. It's over.
Can we say that? Like, if you say it, I would say Newbie will not advance to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's very obvious already. they don't even show signs of working together as a team. It just feels like they're already given up after the game against Secret, especially.
Yeah.
Have we seen Newbie yet? Okay, so we saw Newbie versus Navi on
Yeah,
the
that was
DC
played.
stream.
It was a stomp. I think it
Yeah,
finished.
it was.
We didn't even get to see it. It ended so quick.
Yeah, Brian. Do you know how long that game was? Or Wepas?
It was
The Navi Newbie.
I think it was under 20 minutes.
I like
Yeah,
how
under
Wepas
20
said like
I heard Sunfen and Syndrome betting on it, and Syndrome's like, it's going to end in under 20 minutes.
19 minutes.
19. Wow.
If you tell me that Navi would beat Newbie in 19 minutes
Ooh.
4 days ago,
You would have taken that bet.
I would have taken that. I'm like, no, there's no way.
You'd give like 20 to 1 odds
What-
on that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
What is the fastest game that we've seen so far? I know yesterday we had like that 18-minute game that was the second fastest.
Secret versus. Was it a Secret game?
No, it was somebody
No.
versus Newbie, I think. There was a faster game. A 16-minute game.
It was Vici over Tong Fu.
Vici
Oh.
over
Yeah,
Tong
yeah,
Fu
Tong
was
Fu.
the fastest stomp we've seen so far.
Secret was second.
What's the longest game we've seen so far?
Oh.
Longest is 71 minutes.
71 minutes.
71.
HR versus
Okay.
eHome. Who won that one?
eHome?
eHome won that
That
one.
was.
I missed that game.
That was the game where Bruno was saying if they only tried to kill buildings
Oh yes,
instead of heroes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the HR throw. Okay, I heard
That
talks
was-
about that
That was
game.
the first day, and the second day immediately when we were casting the HR games and they were leading, we could tell, oh, these guys
Yeah.
really
Learned the lesson.
remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
day before.
Buildings. This is an objective-based game.
Yes. So we actually have 3 games now. Not only this one. This one that is about to start is Vici Gaming versus C9. But on the other streams, what do we have in Dota Cinema?
So we've got Secret versus Rave just about to heat up with LD Merlini in the upstairs, and
Kotelgoy.
he is going for the Big Dogs versus Tong Fu.
Yeah. Okay.
So pretty good round of games, but this is the game to watch this round, I think. Navi
This is-
versus Vici.
No, not Navi versus Vici.
Cloud9 versus Vici. Oh
That's
god,
better.
I had it. All this talk about Navi had me confused.
And Secret vs. Rave also a good series as far as Rave need to get some wins, but I mean, they're kind of, in theory, outclassed, but
Do you guys know Vici Gaming very well? What do you ban against Vici these days? Like, what do you want to? Do you want to take away Ice heroes? He has way too many.
I don't think
I feel like you can't really ban around him. Maybe his key heroes, if you really don't want to play against the Brood, I think that's definitely a worthy ban.
Brood in second phase.
Second phase.
Yeah.
I
Second
think
phase.
Wisp is a key. I mean, whoever has first pick is going to have to see the other team ban Wisp. Both these teams generally first pick Wisps.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I
You're giving me
guess
this look, Winter.
I guess it's actually better for
Do
VG,
you-
VG to take out the Wisp because of no.
Are you too
Yeah.
concerned about the Vici Gaming's Batrider?
they-
Because
no,
that's not a hero that they
not
run
really.
that much.
They want to put Ice on a hero that can be a carry or be a core, big impact. Like Batrider is more like a space creator type, even though it suits Ice, but he has been on heroes that have bigger impact. Tidehunter, like we saw his Phoenix yesterday with the Midas winning his
Yeah.
lane against Phoenix X,
Yeah.
and he proceeded to become a really big hero in the game, like top of the net worth most of the game with the early Midas obviously. So I'm looking at their lineup and thinking probably they will continue to give Ice a bigger role in the game rather than a Batrider. Obviously he knows he can play that hero anytime, but for the team's sake, probably you want to give him the bigger impact hero.
Yeah.
Like Tide would also be a really
So
good
maybe
option.
you just played safe and bound the Shadow Fiend or one of these heroes that have been trending.
Mhm.
So what about Cloud9 though? What do you prioritize agast Cloud9?
Oh, the Wisp.
I
is
think
Wisp,
number one.
absolutely.
The
Batrider.
Chen,
And the
e-
Chen.
even the
Chen
Chen,
Wisp.
but
the Batrider as well,
Bat-
another hero you may
yeah,
want to ban against.
Batrider is actually also because
Yeah.
from the past few days we've seen Bone 7 when he isn't on his comfort zone.
Yeah, he's
he's
not that
not
great.
he's not playing well. So
It is Cloud9 with first pick, so I think likely we see the kind of like a Wisp with a Bat type ban, or
No, not from Cloud9. If they have
No,
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 first
from
pick-
from
Vici,
Vici
yeah.
Gaming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vici,
against
yeah,
Cloud9. They
yeah,
ban
yeah.
the Wisp and the Bat.
Wisp and the Bat.
Whis and the Bat would be
Yeah.
I think would be the most reasonable.
And
option.
Cloud9 decides to ban the Drow Ranger first, and a little bit surprising, but
It was that game yesterday where the Phoenix game, we were watching
Yeah.
the replay against Navi just during the break, and it's one of those things where Black on the Drow Ranger didn't play that well, didn't really offer much to his team, except for the aura. That's all you need to do.
I guess
Oh, that
I
game,
guess
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
share this with our viewers. Let's go into the draft and keep talking there. We do see the Axe ban. Completely fine. Again, your first pick, so you can get whatever you. Oh, they're gonna give the Wisp to Cloud9.
All right. Batrider Chen though, it is at least 2 of the 3 heroes that we talked about.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more worried about the push than they are about the relocates from the Big Daddy. Or maybe they have some counters in mind. I mean, Disruptor, Witch Doctor, 2 heroes that work pretty well. A lot of
It
options.
feels like you
Tide
have to
Hunter.
pick the
Hunter.
Wisp. You can't get away without picking the
And
Wisp.
you know
here.
what, Bruno, as well, if you are VG Gaming, you give Cloud9 the Wisp, and you
Yes.
know they're probably gonna be like, okay, they're gonna open with the Wisp, so they're gonna have 2-1-2 lanes,
Yes.
and that's when Isasai shines as a player.
right.
When he gets space, like he gets a hero that can 1v2 well, get a lot of farm, get a lot of space, and essentially he becomes a really big hero in the middle stage of the game because he had a fairly good start, and he's gonna snowball out of there.
Yeah, that is correct. And I mean, knowing Cloud9, they might even put the Wisp mid with whoever is there.
Did they actually pick a tiny? There was one tiny game from Cloud9, right? With
Yes.
The Wisp.
Yeah,
I think
they are
that-
picking some tiny. It's not normally like a second pick for them necessarily, but if left in the pool, they will go for the tiny.
You don't
later.
need to pick the tiny right now because Wisp does not necessarily
Yeah, he.
pair only with the tiny.
They
And if
pick-
you're wasting a ban on the second phase just to ban the tiny for that Wisp,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
say.
But they are
Still
actu-
so many
But
other
they are,
combos, so
okay.
Here you go.
Here we go.
It is a tried and true combo, though. Can be hard
Yeah.
to deal with.
I feel like Vici Gaming are confident versus because the nature of FY and Fenrir is they have a lot of presence in the early game. Like there's a lot of movement around the map. They pressure the lanes. They often gank Isis lane to get him even more farm, more momentum. So this is something where Vici Gaming are like, if Cloud9 are running dual lanes, that suits not just Isis but also what FY and Fenrir generally do.
Bruno, would you be excited to see a Timbersaw?
I would be excited to see an ice Timber.
He normally plays the Jug, I feel, more so than
Oh,
Black.
oh,
It's, it's like I feel like 80%
Oh yeah.
Ice and like 20%
Yeah,
Black.
Actually, that's really true.
He normally goes off lane and goes like that healing ward centric build.
Okay.
That can be potent.
This brings a point. Vici Gaming just banned the Brewmaster. Brewmaster, a hero that 2 months ago was picked every single game or banned every single game.
Yeah.
Now we don't see him as often.
The armor nerf. The 2 armor nerf sort of weakened his laning phase a lot, which Brewmaster was able to basically always have a good time in the lane because he have high armor, evasion, and the passive crit.
And a lot of HP as well.
Yeah.
And I think also the change in the metagame a bit where we're seeing much more physical damage, like the Lycans, the Shadow Fiends. There was a game yesterday where I think it was C-Deck who had the Brewmaster against Secret, that really close Secret C-Deck match, and they were pushing high ground with this Brewmaster who pops ultimate. The Brewmaster has Vlad's and AC, but the SF Lycan just instantly kill his Brewlings in like 3 seconds.
Jesus.
And it was just like, well, all this minus armor, they had Avenge as well. So it was like Venge, Shadow Fiend, Lycan, just Brewlings died, even with Vlad's plus AC Aura. So
Yeah.
I think the picks and playstyle that most teams are running is just bad for the Brewmaster ultimate.
Fair
and
enough.
How about
Brewmaster
that
general.
Boulder nerf?
The 50,
Ah,
the,
that-
fif-
that
the
doesn't-
50 damage nerf is just like
Being
it's
facetious.
just like the slot, the past patches. They
Yeah, I know.
20
You
damage,
got the response
Yeah.
you were looking for, Andrew.
20
damage on the pounds.
20 damage on the pounds, and you look at it. Okay,
Doesn't change
It
anything.
did get nerfed 2 patches in a row,
Yeah.
the pounce damage. So I think if you combine it, if that was 1 patch worth of change, you would say, oh, it's a bigger damage.
how
Yeah.
about this? Plus 4 second cooldown, vacuum every patch. And you
Yeah. I think you can't
Dark
put
Seer.
pounds on a bigger cooldown because then suddenly the hero just becomes
maybe give it a scaling.
So
I guess
critical.
it does so it doesn't get that 3.5 second at level 1.
Yeah, the duration.
Yeah, the duration is the thing that makes the spell so good at level 1.
Yeah.
Well, this game,
But still-
I doubt we'll be seeing the Slug, however, this game.
Earthshaker
No.
Tide banned out by
Slurk is
Cloud9.
not great against Tiny.
Yeah,
and-
definitely not great against Tiny.
And I mean,
Remaster
it's not
Puck.
particularly good with IO. I mean, it's okay, but like
Troll Tiny for Cloud9. Feta Troll.
Ooh.
Fade a troll. Yeah, that would work.
That could be good.
Viper would also be good here for Cloud9 if they wanted to go that way. Even though it's a pick that you don't see very commonly, but Viper Strike still slows Juggernaut even when he's spinning. Tanky hero, can tank an Omni Slash pretty well. Natural mech carrier. Viper could work here and it's another of Fata heroes. But Troll seems very juicy.
Yeah.
In any case, it's Vici Gaming's pick right now. yet, so.
Battle Trance Tiny.
Yeah, that's some pretty scary synergy.
And then Ogre Magi as well, and you give him Bloodlust.
Oh, the Terrorblade.
Wow, this is like
Okay.
Black looking at Envy and saying, I can also play this hero.
Yeah.
Immediate kind of semi-counter pick. The line of good support here even without the Terrorblade there, but a good way of dealing with illusions in general and
Yeah.
just the Blink Hex initiation.
He's just great.
Always
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Great against Terrorblade all around. Big burst damage to try to finish him off before he can sunder. Crowd controls to lock him down so he can't sunder, and then a tool to deal with illusions.
Suddenly, the Zeus feels like also a good option here for Cloud9 against Terrorblade. They
Oh,
like
yeah.
they like to use the spell damage bursts whenever they see the opponent picking Terrorblade.
How much base armor does Terrorblade have? Like 1 million? 7?
Yeah, 6 or
Some-
7. Yeah,
something
around
like
there.
I feel like Vici gaming with this draft definitely don't want to go late game against the Wiz Tiny. The Terrorblade's going to kind of peak around like the 20. Once he basically has his Mantis Skadi, which is like 25 to 27 minutes, they don't want the game to last beyond 30, 35.
Oh, yeah.
If
yeah.
it does, I don't think they win.
Terrorblade can man fight most of heroes, but IO Tiny.
Who is going to man fight Tiny?
Yeah.
Juggernaut,
Yeah.
which doesn't really count as
No.
man fighting because you're
Ursa could man fight Tiny, I think.
No,
No?
no, because Craggy stops him.
Well, he needs a BKB, but I
Yeah.
guess it's one of few heroes that can at least
So-
kind of try.
we are gonna see FY Rubik, guys.
Okay.
Ooh, yay!
I like that. I
Winter's
think
smiling up a storm here. He's
that was
he's
one of the
excited.
if I'm not mistaken, Rubik was the hero that made FY famous.
Yes, the
people.
ice. People were saying that why even pick Jakiro against VG when they always
Get Rubik. And
they get better ice puff than
Exactly.
your Jakiro.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. So, the Rubik pick here, nothing particularly enticing to steal, to be honest. But
Okay.
here comes the Zeus.
So be
Great
the
prediction.
spell damage against the Terrorblade. It's gonna be a
It's
game.
good to have a Rubik against the Zeus.
Yeah, the null field plus the healing ward. It would make the team really strong against the spell damage when they are actually not getting one-shotted by the spell.
Yep.
You tank up with the null field and the healing ward will just make everyone healthy again.
They don't have any good heroes for trying to get to the healing ward as well. That's one thing I've seen Ice Ice Sights in the offlane just micro that healing ward so well that like, trying to get to it is just impossible. With 450 movement speed, they have no hero to like blink in, no hero that can just easily get in and out when they try and bring it down.
Vici Gaming doing the homework and banning the Legion Commander. If they have done the homework a little bit more thoroughly, they would have realized that it doesn't work. But at least they're taking 2 of Bone 7's heroes.
Legion
But
Commander 0% win rate.
0-4.
Yeah.
0-4 in
Yeah.
DAC so far.
Bone 7 in general has had multiple games where he's gone like 10 plus deaths when he's not in a comfort hero. He's done he had an amazing Batrider game yesterday when Cloud9 win, but I feel like he's very hit or miss. And
Yeah.
this is where his pick's going to be their last pick. It's not going to be necessarily something in his comfort zone.
I like this final ban though from Cloud9, the
Yeah.
Invoker.
I
Winter,
feel like the clockwork for Cloud9
Winter,
may be
do
the
you,
way
do
to
you
go.
think Vici can get a super Storm Spirit here? I mean, he can split
it's
push.
possible, but they have a lot of damage to kill a Storm Spirit here. I mean, they have the heroes to actually deal with him. Lion is very good against Storm Spirit.
Oh.
This is actually
First Alchemist of the tournament?
No.
no,
No?
it's not first. I think I saw.
I have not seen it
I
at
saw-
all.
Big God, Big God.
Yeah,
Big God did it, okay. First core Alchemist.
Zhao 8 run the
Zhao 8
run at mid.
Zhao 8 ran at mid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
solo
Wow,
mid.
how did I miss all these Alchemists?
He played he played it mid, not like a mech buy. He went full carry
This
mode.
is a
Really?
This
Like
is a
Shadow Blade
super,
first item,
Yeah.
or? Oh, okay.
This is
He
a
went Shadow
super
Blade, I think.
alchemist. So
Super Alchemist.
Super.
It's not a normal Alchemist.
they are going to have three cores with pretty hard to take down. A lot of regen, healing ward plus alchemist like chemical rage is just insane. He's
Yep.
never gonna die. Well, this looks like a really solid draft from BG all in all to try and basically end the game
Yeah.
around the 30-minute mark
Yeah.
before the tiny gets too strong.
GoDz, why
Hello.
doesn't people build Armlet on Alchemist?
Because
That is actually
I
a
don't know.
really interesting question. Armlet is actually very strong.
with the
With
healing
the-
in this
with-
game,
No, with the chemical, with the change on the
With the
chemical.
change of chemical
Yeah.
rage,
Yes.
it gives him the strength that he loses. Essentially, you
The
don't
armor.
care about the.
The
It
armor.
gives you armor.
Yeah, armor
It gives you
biggest
a
thing.
lot of damage, and you don't care about
And
the.
you regen through it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not reliable. It's
it reminds me of pipe as an
sometimes.
item where it's like normally if you want to go for if you're playing like a carry alchemist, you want to go for a bigger item. You need like your BKB, your
I will
AC,
say
your
that
pistol blade,
pipe,
or if you're playing him like a mid utility hero, then you're going for your mech.
pipe
blink.
is good this game, to be honest, on VG side. Pipe
I
is
mean, they
really
already
good.
have the Rubik, but if they get the Rubik and on top of that a pipe,
Yeah, they need to end the game early, so they need the
Yeah.
mech, they need the pipe.
So you
and
feel like alchemist goes for those items as opposed to going for like a
we don't usually see alchemist on with a pipe because it's not
Yeah.
a good transition item on him. But at the same time,
sometimes see the mech.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
gets
mech
the
is
mech, but the
a little
pipe,
different.
they don't really have a hero that naturally builds the pipe and can say, oh, this item
Yeah.
is really good on me.
It feels like the only time pipe is really appropriate in this meta is when exactly what you're talking about, Winter, where you want to end that game like before 30 minutes, do
Yeah,
that push towards the high ground.
I'm just worried though because they don't have anyone that that can really use the pipe. If you build, let's say you build a pipe on Juggernaut, it just basically means the hero is just
a pipe carrier.
yeah. He's
Just
not
smoking
gonna
his
do.
pipe instead of hitting people with his
He's not
sword.
gonna do anything, and you are not farming a pipe.
What if you
on the bench?
What if you buy a cloak on every hero?
There's that storm spirit.
Ooh.
Okay.
The
so
casual cloak, I do think.
yeah,
is
casual
underrated.
cloak on the alchemist would be a very
Yeah.
good thing to have.
The
this
Storm
game.
last pick's really interesting because this is not. I mean, Bone 7, I feel like normally it's like
Yeah,
Envy
who's
used to
sec-
play this in the
So
like the off
Bone
lane, like
7
as a
Storm.
dual
Bone
lane.
7 Storm.
Yeah.
Offlanes. No.
There could be a
offlane
jungle
Zeus.
storm.
Offlane Zeus. Is it? No.
No.
Well,
no,
Fata
it's-
takes
It could
the
be like
Zeus
dual
here.
lanes, like you.
What
But
is-
dual lanes against a Rubik Venge, like Rubik Venge can easily punish that safe lane if it is going to be a dual lane. for
Will
Cloud9.
it be an aggressive tri-lane from Cloud9? That would actually make more sense because the Zeus
Yeah.
will go mid and the Storm will get a 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Is-
feel like they almost have to.
Is that the plan?
the dual lanes? I totally agree with you, Parker. That sounds disastrous.
No, I do like the offensive tri lane.
It's either that or they actually have Feta on the offlane because you are not going to do offlane Storm Spirit.
This isn't the easiest defensive try to go into, though. Venge, Rubik, +1.
Terrorblade.
The Terrorblade, yeah. I don't know. I guess the Terrorblade is punishable. If it was the Jug in the safe lane, it'd be a little
This
easier.
it's really uncertain what Cloud9 is going to do.
I don't think they offensive trialing very much. I feel like it could be a Wisp Storm offlane. I think that's what Envy used to do with the old roster, where he'd go offlane on a Storm, and I think it was generally with a Wisp as the supporting hero.
I seem to remember that. Yeah.
I know old Fnatic used to do Wisp Storm safe lane.
Yeah.
So that's something that No Tail is very comfortable
So
with.
It looks like Bone 7's going down there with the Wisp. This used to be Envy, but because they've got the Wisp tiny,
No,
Envy's going to be
I'm
the
not sure.
tiny
Maybe
player.
they're doing that so that he can get to the ward spawn faster.
Yeah, that's-
and then the
that's
Wisp might
true.
live. So we'll see about that. Andrew, our time is up.
All right.
We'll leave GoDz and WinteR,
See you guys.
the
Thanks.
guys from the other side of the Pacific, to entertain us with this game, which is going to be a big one. Guys, good luck and see you later.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's time now. Vici Gaming versus Cloud9. Black, pimped out on his Terrorblade, is going to be playing the Vici Gaming carry. Introduce them. Fenrir are going to be on the support Vengeful Spirit. It's going to be FY on your Rubik. In the mid lane, Super on Alchemist. And then finally leaves Ice on the Juggernaut. And who's playing on the dire side, WinteR?
And on the dire side, we have Eternal Envy, the captain of C9, handling the Tiny, going to safe lane, starting with the Stout Shield and the Quanging Bait. And we have Misery on his signature Lion, Feta on the Zeus, Big Daddy No Tail, of course, on the Wisp. And lastly, we have Bone 7 on the unusual off-lane Storm Spirit.
Okay, so for now, looks like they want to secure that bottom bounty room, but Vici Gaming, Black is going to be very careful if he goes in for this
Let's
one.
see who has the numbers here.
It's 4v2 by the looks of things here, and Bone 7 going to go in. Black wants to contest it. That is maybe not the play. The tether in forward, and Black could be an early first blood if he's not careful, but Misery could not get in range for a Hex or an Impale. So No Tail gets the rune, and that's going to secure his level 1 bottle.
Yeah, and Lion is actually... Usually you want to start boots with Lion, but this game they have a Wisp, so Lion has to be the position 5, which generally you don't see that often. Usually played as a position 4 greedy support. But we can see here, Ice is going to have no support on the offlane, Juggernaut. And the two supports are actually going... Of C9 are actually going back to the safe lane, so it's not the IO Storm that you're actually thinking it would happen.
Yeah, Storm just has no one down bottom with him. He's just
Wow.
straight offlane Storm. That is
What is going on?
very tough lane for a Storm Spirit. Not a lane you'd expect him to get anything out of. They have blocked the pull. He did get off a good block.
No
so he's-
sentries. No sentries on the VG supports.
Yeah, so from that point of view, this lane possibly going to push out a little bit. He did block it, so his range creep died first, but no, it looks like Vici Gaming just going to auto-deny it back, so we're not even going to... I don't think Bone 7 gets like
Hmm.
any XP out of this, does he?
I'm not sure how the Storm will work this game. He's gonna have a very, very tough game.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to actually leave the hero bottom, probably a Clockwork would be better. Storm is just a hero that needs attention. He can't be left alone like this.
He's not getting any CS, that's for sure. He's going to get a little bit of XP. As you can see, the lane is pushing out of the bottom, so a couple range creeps. That
He's
was the...
gonna get 3 CS from this if he lands everything.
Alright, there's one. Can he get all 3, WinteR? Do you believe? Are you a believer? I don't think so.
He's gonna get a decent amount of experience, and
Yeah.
looking at the middle lane, Alchemist versus Zeus, a very pretty straightforward lane. Both will get farmed with their spells, but looking at the last hit chart at the moment, Alchemist in the lead, 10-0. Zeus is slowly catching up, 8-0. So it's just
Yeah.
it's gonna be a wash, this lane.
Something Fata does on the Zeus. What do you think about this? He goes for 2 points on the Arc Lightning, as opposed to getting the Bolt earlier.
It's very good at the early laning phase for last hitting and harassment. Oh, here comes the Rubik as well. Fata gonna get lifted. Is he gonna be our first bird here?
With the Blade Fury, it sure looks like it. Alchemist rotating with the support and Ice. This is just Vici Gaming in a nutshell. They just read the game so well. You're thinking Rubik's in the safe lane, and then suddenly they send 3 heroes all for the top rune. They also know that top rune is generally where a Zeus will go, because it's closer to go to the top rune than the bottom rune.
It's closer to their safe lane, so it's usually much safer for him to go up with the supports rotating in. But the 3-man that went top, Alchemist, Juggernaut, and Rubik were just far stronger.
That's just one of those, like, Vici Gaming just read the game really nicely here.
That was a very good read by them. Fantastic movement, and Ice here. Gonna get impaled up.
Possibly a kill here. They haven't got the
trouble.
Tiny in.
He's dead.
This is looking like a counter kill going the way of Cloud9.
Yeah, just a tad too greedy. Didn't have mana for the spin, so not being able to get out of trouble there. And here comes the smoke from VG. FY and Fenrir with boots on the Rubik, trying to set up a kill on the Zeus that has no boots. This is gonna be a big kill for them if they can actually get it.
Yeah, it looks like something they should get, but it's going to matter. It's going
Wow,
to come down
super.
to... Whoa!
Oh.
10 HP. He could look to go in for a stun here. FY pokes forward, reveals the smoke, and no kill going to come his way. Very close to Zeus bringing down
Probably
Super's
would
Alchemist.
have gotten the kill if he had 2 points in Lightning Bolt. Probably. But yeah, he went for the more farming intensive build. 2 points in Arc Lightning.
Yeah.
I originally thought that he only does it against Naga, but as I watch all the games, he actually does it against everyone, no matter who he's facing up against. It's just something that he prefers to do. And looking at Black, free farming Terrorblade. We all know how this is going to end if he actually free farms the whole game.
Tiny free farming as well, so, I mean, from Cloud9's point of view, they are trading their carries farm for the Terrorblade.
But the important thing is, obviously, Terrorblade peaks faster than the Tiny.
Yeah. We'll see. There is always that whisk factor where Tiny can look to come into fights and have that. He has one kind of earlier peak where the Tiny is like level 8, level 9 and can get kills just using his nukes. But then, yeah, around the 20-minute mark, Tiny's got to farm, get his items up, and to become like an actual right-clicking carry.
And as we can see right now, Bone 7 already retreating into the jungle. That's why this frees up a lot of space for the Rubik and Avenge. Like, the Zeus will be in a lot of pressure right now because no one is at bottom. Supports are free to roam a lot. So he needs to just, like, Zeus is actually the perfect hero in those situations because you just sit behind, use your Arc Lightning to take last hits and you're not in any sort of danger. So as long as you are just near your tower.
Unless they're willing to, like, dive the tower, like, go right through the bottom river and to go for a dive, but then you're at risk of a TPM.
I'm actually thinking probably the safe lane of C9 would be at much more risk of a gank because Juggernaut is actually a hero on the offlane which does a lot of damage with just 1 point in Blade Fury. So Rubik and Bench coming in would mean there's a lot of potential to kill the Tiny there if he gets caught out in a bad position. So they need to be really careful to avoid the Tiny being ganked by the Rubik and Bench. He'll be quite obvious when they are actually missing for a long time.
Alright, well, hotkeys have been fixed and game will resume. Venge will head back bottom, but the Rubik looking to sit behind Super in the mid lane or possibly, as you mentioned, make a rotation all the way up top where they may be able to find some easier kills. For C9, though, it's just for the time being. I'd say, as far as their safe lane goes, they only get a few more levels on Misery for his Lion. They've got Envy farming, but for the most part, they have to sit back and play somewhat defensively, especially with the nature of having an off-lane / jungle Storm Spirit.
You know what, Parker? I guess the other option they have right now is because it's the Siege wave, they are going to be able to push the tier 1 bottom with the Terrorblade.
That may be why they left the Venge bottom.
Yeah.
He's got 1 point in the aura, has the Wave of Terror as well, so could see that happen. Meanwhile, in the jungle, it's going to be a lot of farm going Bone 7's way. He's got himself a nice little stack here. Can't kill the Mud Golems, but has got the bottle ready to go, and this is kind of his catch-up.
Mud Golems everywhere.
Yeah. Storm is not a happy camper right now. Still has 3 non-golem camps here in the medium one, but for Vici Gaming, they don't really know what's going on here with all this jungle farm and stacks on the C9 side. They kind of maybe just thinking that C9 are just playing a bit slower, a bit more defensively. Black is going to pop the Metamorph at bottom lane. He wants to go for the push here. Has gone for 3 points in the Metamorph early. Hasn't actually used his 5th skill point.
Yeah, he has 1 point safe, just in case if he needs the reflection.
Yeah, for a kill secure. So it looks like this bottom lane has just been completely abandoned. Cloud9 going to have to give it up, and this is one of the weaknesses of this off-lane Storm Spirit.
Yeah, not being able to be present in the lane to stop any pushes. He's just like a very greedy off-lane in general. You need to get a lot of space for him, a lot of farm for him, but when it comes to late game, obviously Cloud9 will have very strong calls with Storm and Tiny.
Top lane, Ice gets a bit antsy. Blade Fury's just to dodge a potential avalanche as the 6-minute room coming up, and the Tiny actually going to look to secure the top room, but the problem is there could be some ganks come in the way of this bottom lane where Lion's trying to leech XP. Wisp going to secure the bounty rune up top, and Misery at bottom, well, all it's going to take is a Tango through for Fenrir, and that's going to be potentially a kill here onto your Misery Lion.
Yeah, Storm is level 6 as well. They need to be very careful. One creep away from level 6. So this is something that they need to take account into, that the Storm might actually TP in, get a fight. And middle lane Feta. He's getting surrounded by the Alchemists here. They are looking to set up a kill here.
There's just no dire vision right now. Their wards have expired. This is a bad timing for Cloud9.
Here they go. Super going to come from behind. They need to push the wave up first. Get the wave close to Feta's tower before they can dive.
Feta just wanting to keep the lane back as much as possible, trying to get his blocks in, but it's going to be no kill attempt on the mid lane. Alchemist just backs off. Bottom lane, though, this Venge is still sitting behind Misery. Misery is going to be looking like a easy pick-off here. Gets the Hex off to start things off, but does not have mana for the Impale. Getting body blocked as well. Gets the point in the Reflection. Doesn't even need a Metamorph for this kill. Venge gets it. That is some serious patience from Fenrir just to sit in that tree spot until the lane pushes up.
It's like a very good understanding of a player like Misery, where he always tries to hide and get some experience. Oh, neutral creeps.
That Radiant Ward, they knew he was there. Top lane, meanwhile, Ice Blade Fury's out, but the right click will be enough. Big Daddy No Tail gets the kill onto the Ice Juggernaut.
He's going to be really close to level 6. The relocate will come out fairly soon, and they have the zap from the Zeus. And middle lane, here comes FY. Oh no, he's gonna not stun the Zeus. He's actually dead. Is he dead?
No,
he's gonna bolt the Rubik instead.
Oh, okay.
He's
Death
dead.
from above. Super gonna survive, but FY throws his body on the line to make it happen. So all across the board, things not going as well as Vici Gaming maybe would have hoped for here in the early game. With Ice, a couple unnecessary deaths. In the mid lane, it's Fata doing really well in this Zeus.
45 last hits against the 38 of the Alchemists. He's gonna be... Let's see, this game as a Zeus, you probably want to build a mobility item first, maybe a 4-staff.
He often goes for the Midas too.
Yeah, like Midas is...
Ice. He wins the man fight up top. Oh dear.
Omni Slash? No, not
no
even
Omni Slash.
Just the healing
Rubik
ward.
comes in, but yeah, just the healing ward and the Blade Fury was enough in the end. And that is not a kill that Cloud9 are going to be happy to have given away. They thought they had another one on Ice, who's kind of known for being very aggressive in lane, maybe thinking they'd made another mistake, but Ice comes out on top of that one. Doesn't have mana for the Omni Slash for the time being, but also probably isn't too concerned about that.
Here we go again. He can toss him back.
Storm Spirit showing up as well, has the pull in a second. The Avalanche, the toss in. I don't know if Storm wants to be going flying in like that. Storm in the end has to back off, and no kill there. Black, the one who TP's in, left the bottom lane for where he was free farming to make sure that Cloud9 were repelled.
They can push the tower at top with the Metamorph if they want to. Ice, however, doesn't have mana for healing ward, and there's too many heroes here for C9. So he's just going to back off, maybe push the middle tier 1, because they saw them rotating top. Yeah, I guess that's going to be the move that Black is going to make right now. Try to pressure the tier 1 and middle with the Alchemists, and they would the rest of the team with the Rubik Fable will try to hold the push just in case C9 wants to take the top tower.
Yeah, with Black TPing top, there was a lot of farm left untaken at the bottom lane, so it looks like the support Venge will make a move down there, but Black did give up a lot to make that TP, so he wants to make sure they make something out of it. He swung mid with the Metamorph, wants to go in this tier 1, but the Zeus doing a lot of damage on the Super, but it is an Alchemist, so a lot of regen coming out of the Chemical Rage, and he'll be back to full HP in no time with a near mech completion.
Yeah, Fenrir is just doing something you don't see too often. Oh, middle lane relocate.
Relocate's ready. They want Super. He has not got the mech just yet, and he gets annihilated there. The Wisp and Tiny chilling in the fountain, and they found the opening they were after. So no push going to happen on this mid tier 1. And this is where Black's like, I TP'd top, I swung mid, but didn't get a kill top, didn't get a tower mid. He's probably thinking, I should have just stayed in that bottom lane, getting my farm
on. He's still trying to get the tower.
Well, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, I was talking about Fenrir. He usually when you see a lane that creeps are coming in, you come up and last it with Venge, but he didn't want to show his position on the map, so he was just hiding in the tree, sapping experience until something like the relocate happened, then he just came out. Storm here, looking for Black.
He doesn't actually have his pull. The Sunder gets off though, Black gets him with it, Bone 7. Loses the regen. Now has the bottle. A stun could end his day, but he has got the ball lightning. Goes to the high ground here. Wave of Terror is there, and he's mana depleted now.
He doesn't have a TP score. Zap going off there from
Okay.
the Zeus.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, he's just gonna scout things out for Bone 7 so he knows where is his safe path of retreat.
Bone 7 not having the electric vortex makes it very hard
It's
for
a
him to
very
get kills.
farming orientated build here.
Even just the 1 point so you can get a overcharge proc, I feel. If you want to go for kills, you need just at least 1 point in it.
Yeah, definitely. Without the pull, it's just not gonna be easy for him to get kills. But at the moment, he just seems like he's just more contented in farming. And the ancient stacks, this will give Super his mat completed and possibly even his levels, like at least 1 or 2 levels from
Yeah.
this.
The 2 supports looking to come in, Leech as well, and even Ice nearby, so they're looking to help secure this one. Also potentially worried about Cloud9 showing up and trying to take a
so
fight.
the Zeus has a Midas, like you mentioned. He went for the Midas, more greedy build, which it fits their draft. They don't want to finish the game early, they want to farm. Like Storm even went for the more farming orientated build. So everyone is going to have more farm on the C9 side. And VG looking to pick at a certain point of the game. Hopefully the mech would actually give them the much needed assistance they need to actually take down towers. And here comes the smoke from C9.
Yep, and this is with the Lion Finger of Death. Misery hits level 6 and recognizes his potential killing power here. He's going to take the bounty rune. That was, if scouted out...
Did they actually see it with the illusion?
Yeah.
The Terrorblade illusion?
It was in range, so absolutely. If he had his camera over that, there was just a bounty rune that went missing. The only way that happens if there's an invis hero or a smoked up hero, so... Vici
Yeah,
Gaming
that
seems to be well aware.
That was a giveaway. Look at how VG is moving. They are moving all their heroes to top. Zap from the Zeus shows that position, so C9 knows that no gang's gonna happen here, and Misery is gonna rotate down to bottom, try and get some experience, and he's not gonna push the tower at bottom, but just get some farm and get him closer to the Blink Dagger that he needs.
Something we saw yesterday from Cloud9 with this Zeus is that they do just generally throw the ultimate very
Yeah,
liberally,
they-
just for scouting.
They were one of the few teams that used the Zeus ultimate to a great amount of success just to get them info. Oh,
Oh.
here comes the smoke from VG after seeing the Zeus ultimate.
Well, it seems they want to head towards the Dire jungle, deciding that Zeus at mid lane maybe not the kill they want to go for. It's Envy farming up a neutral camp. He's got little skeletons. If he goes for those, he's going to get punished here. Smoke revealed. They go in. Lift is going to be available. No avalanche. There is a toss.
Relocate.
Oh, can he get the save? He gets stunned! Oh no! Oh! He tethered in. He needed to tether from it closer so he didn't go flying forward here. Zeus now needs to be careful with both Wisp and
Oh
Tiny
my
dead.
god, that was like one of the few things that normally doesn't happen. It's very rare that the Alchemist, the small area of effect of Alchemist actually comes into play. That was really crucial for them to get both of the kills there. Big kill. Tower going down top, tower going down middle. Suddenly, 2 towers down.
Yep.
They
Well-
got a trade off bottom.
Just off of one really nice smoke gank. And timing the smoke ganks around the Zeus ultimate. Yesterday, I think it was when Cloud9 played with the Zeus, they'll spam the ultimate. And the other team wouldn't, like, they'd go for their smoke ganks when Zeus ulti was up. Like, twice, I think, in the same game, Zeus ultimate was used during a smoke gank. And it was like, oh, well, that's what they're up to. This time around, Vici Gaming, after the Zeus ulti goes on cooldown is when they use it. Well, Jug's going to be the first to fall, but counter kills coming away with Vici Gaming. Alchemist, Super,
Double
doing
damage.
what he can. He's going to pop the mech now as well, but with a DD rune. Bone 7 doing a lot of work here, and Envy trying to finish off Super here. The chase is on, but he's going to look to turn for a stun. There's going to be a Finger of Death. Black wants the Lion, though. Needs one more right click. Gets the Sunder on Envy. Kills Envy as well. Next up in line is Bone 7, who gets stunned up. Did get the Terrorblade before he goes down, if he's even going to go down. He's on very low HP. No more follow-up damage available. Vici Gaming going to lose a 3-for-2 trade there up top, losing all of their core heroes. And Fata's looking for more. He's not done, but can't really catch up to Fenrir too easily on his own. The Zeus Lightning Bolt not going to do it, and Ice is once more showing up to the top lane. Has an Omni Slash available.
Wow, that was a very good fight for C9. That was a really good fight. And Terrorblade Metamorphosis being down, that's a cooldown that they really wish that they didn't use there.
Oh, toss in. That's a stolen toss. They want Fata with an Omni Slash. What a gate coming up from Vici Gaming. Whisper's now shown up with a relocate, but he's going to be in trouble. Big Daddy No-Tail gets stunned up immediately. Bone 7 still with a decent amount of mana here. Eternal Envy now. Avalanche, toss. Wants the Vengeful Spirit. Not enough damage output coming out, and there's a Magic Missile available.
A 3-man impale by
Ooh.
Misery there. Saves the day.
It's still a very bad loss for C9 in the top lane, though. A 2-for-1. Losing the Wisp right as he respawns and relocates in, and also Fata's Zeus. That toss in with the Omni Slash to follow up a stun was really nice. The
Yeah,
FY
that was-
Rubik.
That was the surprise of that fight. They didn't expect that to happen, and yeah, FY Rubik making plays as usual. But Storm has actually gotten a couple of kills, and he's actually on par with the Zeus on net worth now. He's caught up significantly.
It's one area where Vici Gaming have to be careful here. They do have the ability to win a fight, then take multiple objectives, towers, force the high ground even, go for a Roshan, but C9 have a lot of cores with decent farm. None of their core heroes have been shut down at this point, so for Vici Gaming, there's kind of a ticking clock here. They don't want to let this game go too late.
Yeah, and C9 doesn't have very good base defense. The heroes that can base defense really well. They can't push out waves quick. The only thing they can do is just split push and hope for the best, like get a trade somewhere else. But the high ground push is gonna be knocking on C9's door fairly
Yeah,
soon.
I mean, probably not until like 20 plus minutes, but if they can get an Aegis, if they can get a couple more tier 2 towers for even more gold, like right now Black doesn't even have his Manta style, but we're going to see this push get scarier and scarier as time goes on.
Yeah, and C9 meanwhile, waiting for the push to happen, needs to amass a lot of resources on all their core heroes just to make sure they have either buybacks or some crucial items to actually defend their high ground. Tiny here, see, gonna push down the bottom lane, gonna do some damage to the tier 2.
Yeah.
Force some rotations here from Vici so that they actually keep the map open for the rest of the heroes of their team.
And just knowing he's relatively safe, does have the Wisp to back him up for that relocate out, although we have seen it backfire, so
Yeah, he
no
needs
guarantees.
to be careful. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time because you think about Alchemist stun.
Yeah.
The range is quite tiny, so it doesn't usually happen. Another scouting Zeus ultimate by C9 here. Will Vici make the same move? Smoke after the zap. Will they actually make the same play?
Push up mid and bottom lane, it seems like a reasonable idea
They have
here.
a smoke coming in? Is that the smoke?
No, it's the man
Yeah,
style.
it's
and,
a smoke coming in.
Okay.
They came in with a smoke to FY. They're gonna do it again? Yeah. Same move.
Why not? Worked once, should work again. It's the theory behind it's solid. Even TP and Terrorblade to the mid lane. Oh no, the TP. What are we talking about?
Rubik has tossed again, so
Are they actually smoking?
Rubik has tossed again. Rubik has tossed again.
Well, they're going to lift up Big Daddy No-Tail, the stun to follow, and there's your toss. Chain stun him down, and they're picking out Roshan, something they could go for here. confident.
Alchemist bench Terrorblade. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. The one here you have to worry about is Storm, but you see him top lane, even if he TPs in, at most you can go for an Aegis snipe, but they're going to be well ready
Did
to
that even
take
take 10 seconds?
Yeah, he would have to TP immediately.
Did that even take like 10 seconds? Not even 10
I don't
seconds.
think so.
Roche is down. Wow, suddenly VG are gonna threaten the tier 2 at middle.
Yeah, we still have Metamorph, so...
With Aegis and Metamorph half duration, they could probably take this tier 2 and maybe even damage a little of the high ground. Oh, they cancelled a TP. FY actually originally teleported to the top. Probably the team actually said that it's actually go time to the high ground. Don't TP. Don't TP. Here we go.
Metamorph,
Manta.
not much duration left on it, so it's
Yeah.
going to be just some damage from the illusions.
Oh,
it
they need to
looks like.
clear the illusions ASAP.
Well, no problem. No damage done.
The last remaining tier 2 tower at bottom for C9 will be something VG are going to look forward to get in the probably couple next minutes and amass more resources before they make the high ground push. And this game, at some point I think, Terrorblade has to get a BKB as well against those heroes.
Do you think he goes for it over the Skadi, or is this still just going to be a
gonna
Skadi first?
Probably a Skadi first, just so that he has more HP, more damage, and you
Yep.
know the stats is just really good on the hero. And not to mention, obviously you want to delay the BKB as long as you can, so that it remains effective later on.
It is possible that even just with the Skadi, that's when Vici Gaming end the game.
And
They
here
could be going for the high ground.
Here
there.
comes Misery. He's gonna catch Ice here.
Ooh, yep, gets the vision with the Zeus ultimate and easy burst down. Even a relocate in, potentially a bit of overkill there. They get the ward down, and the rest of the Vici Gaming team scouted up by the Zeus ultimate. They know
Oh,
where the relocate is.
no.
They're ready and waiting, but Cloud9 should be either bringing someone back or just sacrificing the Wisp. Yep, Big Daddy No-Tail going to be, well, given away to the Vici Gaming team.
Oh no, poor Big Daddy. Poor Big Daddy. But at least they had a ward there, otherwise they would have probably brought MV back to his doom.
Bone's having a lot of farm on his offlane Storm, which will kind of turn into a jungle Storm.
Well,
5 and 1,
it's
Orchid Treads.
not exactly offlane Storm, he wasn't even spending time
Yeah.
down.
He had the stacks. He just went straight into that jungle to some extent.
Oh, the courier.
Oh, okay.
There
Goodbye.
was something inside.
250 gold. What cost 250 gold? Some wards in the smoke, maybe? A
Wards
stout
and-
shield. Okay.
Stout shield. Not something you expect now.
Yeah.
So here we go. Aegis Metamorphosis off cooldown, double damage on Alchemist. yeah, he has that casual cloak we were actually discussing about before the draft, during the draft. So FY gonna TP to middle lane. This is go time for VG Gaming, hoping to make the best out of the lineup, which peaks around 20.
What do
25
Cloud9
minutes.
need to do to hold this one? What's
They
going to be the
can't.
key
They
thing?
can't hold a push though. It's difficult.
They're
need
just
to
going to lose racks? Is that? I don't think that's what they have in mind, WinteR.
They need to spam with the Zeus and try to
Yeah.
get them low enough before the Storm can actually zip in. But there's healing ward. How can they actually make them low enough so the Storm can actually finish off someone?
How do you
They
even
can't
kill the
defend
healing
this.
ward? Storm is looking for the healing ward snipe,
Did
or
he get it?
no?
Oh no, he didn't get
He
it.
tried to ball light. Well, he went for the ball lightning TP, so he can't actually attack during that because he's
These
TPing out.
racks are down. The racks are just down.
Oh dear, they need to kill off that healing ward. Bone7 goes in, loses all his money, and doesn't even get the healing ward. He pays for it with his life, as does the Wisp. Buyback is available. Vici Game have to be careful not to overcommit. There's still an Aegis on Terrorblade, not to mention the Manta Style. Envy dead as well. Buyback's coming in. There hasn't been that much damage, and they're going to clear out the Aegis, but that's all they've done so far. Vici Gaming get out without casualties. They don't have a healing ward, so they may look to wait for that cooldown, but no,
Racks.
they want to go for the rack.
They're getting racks.
They just had nothing. I feel like Storm had to try and snipe that healing ward earlier.
Oh, the toss.
Ooh, not going to do all too much here. Vici Gaming still alive, and that healing ward coming up soon. They're going to be a dieback for Envy.
No, they have to
Only
back-
a Rubik.
They have to back off. They got a lot of damage done already. Just
There's
not
a
lose
healing
any.
ward, though. They're all healing up. They have to kill the healing ward. Misery, find that healing ward. He gets a hex off, but the healing ward's still not being dealt with. Cloud9 just may not have the damage for this one. They've killed the two supports. Jug's still healing up. Fata comes in from the back. I think he took out the healing ward. Black gets off a Sunder now. Envy's low. Good news is there's no Metamorph. Otherwise, this fight would be going much better for each game. Super going to get off a stun. Nope, he gets hit by the Avalanche. Turns around. Craggy proc as well. Oh, that
My
ends up
God.
going okay for Cloud9.
And they didn't lose. Oh, they're gonna lose the range racks.
One range racks, siege creep.
Yeah, they're gonna lose the range racks. But there was 2 buybacks on the Storm and the Tiny. Storm died twice. I mean, it's acceptable for VG, but they really should have just bailed out.
Yeah. Even after the triple buyback, just back off. If you lose one support or something,
Yeah,
it's okay.
fine. But like you mentioned, they got the healing ward off cooldown a second time, and
Yeah.
they felt that we have healing ward, turn and fight. We could
They
win.
didn't have Metamorph though.
Yeah,
That
we
was-
could win the game just right at that moment if they actually cleared both the Tiny and the Storm. But they were only able to kill the Storm. Tiny cleaned up in the end, and if you take a look at the net worth, even after the buyback, he's on par with the Terrorblade.
It was a slight net worth change in the direction of Cloud9, a couple thousand. But
And Black is actually going to decide he needs BKB over the Scabby. So
in theory, he can just BKB and focus down the racks now, moving forward. There's not going to be a glyph on the Cloud9 side, so maybe they even go for another push before they have an Aegis in hand once more.
yeah, they need to. Oh, here comes
Top lane,
Misery
nice, nice,
relocate
nice.
as well.
Yep, nice hex initiation, and they'll snipe the Juggernaut.
He was just way too far up the map, and he went for an SMY as well instead of the Manta, which would probably give him a chance of surviving, so he can actually dispel the silence. Another ancient stack for Super. What is he actually going into? Oh, he's actually gonna build the pipe.
Well, pipe BKB, and I feel like this is, in some sense, all in. If Vici Gaming don't get lanes of racks with pipe as well as the BKB on Terrorblade, their late game is going to be even weaker now because of these two items.
I guess they are feeling that they need to finish the game already. They don't think they can. I mean, I agree. Storm's Tiny.
Yeah.
It's very potent late game, very strong, very
Especially
mobile.
with this Tiny's farm. He's got he's got 4k gold on top of the Ag Scepter.
And
so
at some point of the game, you have to worry about Tiny just destroying your whole base, like with relocate, backdooring here and there. So it's a very difficult situation to go against a Tiny late game. So you want to finish the game as quickly as possible. How far is he off the pipe? He actually has the headdress already, so he needs another 500 gold before he can complete, like 500-600 gold before he can complete the pipe.
We're going to go for another smoke gank here. And once again, Zeus Ultimate is on cooldown, so timing these smoke ganks around the Zeus ulti, and I'm not going to find too much immediately. Cloud9 smoked up themselves. Both teams somewhat evading each
They
other.
saw
but
Tony. They saw the Tiny there with the
no
wall.
tell. It's going to be the one that looks like they run into here. Ice Size. He's ready. Could go for an Omni Slash if he wants to. He wants the Tiny, though. It's going to be... Yep, they get the swap here. It's going to be Big Dang No Tail. He's got to get a relocate out, but he's not going to do so. The lift is there. FY cancels it. They'll get 2 kills off of this. If they can kill No Tail before the TP. Nope, they can't.
Oh my god, that was a clutch TP, but
Doesn't
FY,
matter, though.
FY has relocate. I'm not sure how much it's going to be effective. Oh, here we go. Super getting low form, but the Storm gets orchid up, but way too tanky.
FY will relocate in. You better watch out. This Rubik's ready to go once more. That was a really, I mean,
Here we
pretty
go.
straightforward
Relocate.
play.
Relocate.
Okay.
Relocate.
Holding on to it for the time being. The wave of terror is there.
Oh,
They
here he
see
comes.
Misery.
He's coming.
He can't blink.
He's coming.
Hex.
Oh.
He should be able to... Yeah. No, he's not getting out. Rubik is there, follows him with the blink, and steals a Hex as well. FY, doing FY things, being a little magician. He is the true Grand Magus, at least in this game. And then he relocates back. He can join up with his team at the bottom lane and take some Ancients, wait for the next Roshan potentially. Can't really
lucky
go for
for
a push.
C9, the Roshan is a bit more.
We don't know yet. We'll find out in a second
Oh,
how fast
it's
gonna
not
be.
the timer yet. Okay.
No, it could be any time in the next 3 minutes and
Okay, we should be able to see it soon.
2 minutes.
So it's 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's still a favorable time for C9. You don't want the Roshan respawning right now if you're C9.
Yeah, I mean, the chance of it being in the next 10 to 20 seconds is pretty low, but...
Pipe completed on the Alchemist. So this is the final piece of the puzzle. They need to push the high ground right now. A lot of spell defense against the Zeus and the Tiny as well. So the Rubik and the Venge will be very, very grateful for that, you know.
Yep.
As a support. You just don't want to get blown out right away before the fight starts.
Yeah, so BKB Pipe... I guess, do you feel they want to wait for the next Roshan, or are they going to go sooner?
Well, the teams doesn't know when the Roshan is spawning, so it's mostly all the time you want to wait for the Aegis.
Yeah. And Cloud9 may have to decide to play aggressive because they're also not sure when Roshan respawns. If they want to try and contest it, they're going to have to be do what they're doing now.
You just got BKB and Pipe. BKB on Terrorblade, Pipe on the Alchemist. You wanna make sure you have the Aegis as well, just so you are really confident with the high ground push. And here we go, smoke from VG again. Another crucial time for them to get a pick off, and oh my god, Bone 7, Bone 7.
He goes up, he's going to walk right into him. The lift, FY's blink, not quite where he wanted it to be that time.
He had Blink Hex.
Had Hex as
Oh
well
my
as
god.
lift.
That was really fortunate that C9 didn't lose the Storm there, otherwise it would mostly mean the Roshan is actually going to be VG's one to claim.
Still looking like it will be hard to contest for C9. 40 seconds left, and Vici Gaming just sitting as 5 by the pit. I think C9 deciding maybe they're just not going to contest it. They're just counter pushing the top lane, farming their jungle, and it seems content with the fact that Aegis is going to go Vici Gaming's way, and they're going to have to defend a 5-man push with Aegis, BKB Terrorblade, Pipe, and just a lot of assets in general.
This is however favorable for C9. Tiny gets the top lane push up really far. Well, VG have to react to this. There's no choice. I don't think they have a choice. They need to react.
There's no dire creep wave at the moment.
They need to react to defend top lane.
Oh, there is a creep wave. Okay, here we
go.
go.
They're going to TP middle. Tiny is free to go top. Look at the top lane. It's going down.
Well, they're also a bit antsy here. They're not confident that this is a push they can make happen.
But the look at how much tower damage they took at top lane. It's almost down. Yeah, that was a really good exchange for C9. Very favorable exchange for them. And Roshan respawns. None of the teams check yet. Here comes Bone 7.
Oh, Super going to be the target. He's got Mech as well as Pipe. He's going to pop both immediately. He's still tanky and durable. He wants to go fight. He's got a stun available. Bone 7 gets hit by it. And Bone 7 with no escape. Big Daddy No-Tail gets swapped. And he's going to get his TP cancelled. So a 2-for-0 trade. That was not the exchange they were looking for. And that opens up Vici Gaming to push out the top lane, go for a Roshan.
That was a very risky move, Mr. Parker, there by C9. Going on the tankiest hero. Arguably the hero that you do not want to go on VG's lineup.
That was cocky. And that's the thing, like, you've got this Orchid on Storm, but he mechs, he pipes. He's going to take up a lot of that damage.
Oh dear, are they just going to... They can actually just go for the melee Rex. They don't even need the Rosh right now, with the Storm down for another 25 seconds. Melee Rex middle lane and maybe move towards bottom to the tower, the tier 3 tower, with a Metamorph.
Not wasting any time here. Black's BKB is there to give him some defensive capabilities, and Envy just trying to counter push the top lane. That's the other reason not to go for Rosh. If they go for Rosh, then try push, suddenly the top lane's being pushed down and they've got to defend top. So Glyph will be used, but Cloud9 going to just give up their melee racks in the mid lane, and we'll see if Vici Gaming back off and go for Roshan. They've got to deal with top lane as well. Not to mention they want to try and take Roshan at some point, but it seems they want to maybe swing into the bottom lane.
No, Envy's going top. He's going to be able to take the towers really quick.
Well, we'll see what Vici Gaming's move is here. It looks like they want to go. Nope, Envy going to TP back, deciding that if they go down 2 lanes of racks, it's not going to end well for them. Storm Spirit zips in and goes for a TP as he does. So he goes back to the base, needs to regen his mana up for the time being. Envy in the front lines gets stunned up, and looks like Vici Gaming being repelled for the time being. BKB still available for Black. The tower getting down very low. Nice stun onto Envy here. He's not doing too much damage. And Ice
Oh my God.
in the front lines. The healing ward. Somebody please kill this goddamn healing ward. It is just... doing too much.
Another buyback for an Envy. That's gonna hurt his net worth a lot. The pipe, the healing mod, like you mentioned, a BKB from Black, just allowing to safely retreat this time after the buyback. VG not gonna make the same mistake once more, which they actually didn't retreat fast enough in the middle lane, but Envy and Bone 7 buyback.
Healing ward is just being
so
influential.
They need to get the healing ward with the Storm.
He zips it. I guess he's worried about a lift, because if he tries to zip in, attack, then zip out, he can get lifted in that little middle time, but I don't know. I'm also surprised. I feel like he should have gone for a BKB over this, over the Bloodstone he's building, just so he can snipe the healing ward. Oh, Fata. Gotta be careful here. Cloud9 are the ones inside the Roshan pit, and I guess wanting to go now that they know Metamorphs.
This is very risky though. The safer choice would be to just move Envy to top lane, get the top lane push in once more, so that they can actually force VG to go back and defend the top side of the map. They need to get the wave as close as to the tower as much as possible for C9 to be able to at least buy some time, force VG back to defend the top lane.
Yep.
Where is Big Daddy? Big Daddy needs to get there as well, because I think the Tiny doesn't have... he has TP.
Yeah, TP. I feel like that's the other thing they can maybe try to do to get the healing ward.
Bottom lane. Oh my god.
Blink, lift, Ice, trying to right-click him down. The Avalanche as well. Oh no. Bone 7, please.
Bonchan. Bonchan. Oh
He
no.
started off really good on this game. There will be TP's force top.
They
Envy
have
gets the
to
tier
go
3
back.
tower. Yeah.
Oh no, the fort! They wasted the fort! Oh my god, the Tiny's gonna be able to threaten the Rex. He just needs to stay here, wait for the fort to end. Wiz is coming in. Oh my god, VG has to go back.
They're going to go back and go back soon. TP number 1 comes. That's a juggernaut. The Avalanche is going to hit Ice, and multiple TPs forced. And Vici Gaming still trying to get into the Roshan pit. I don't think C9 can react. Without Storm Spirit alive, this gets a lot trickier.
Are they gonna relocate into the Roche?
Doesn't look
Oh,
like
it doesn't look like
That was a nice move from Vici Gaming. Sure, they wasted their glyph and lost their tier 3 tower in a bit of maybe sloppiness, but they TP enough heroes to stop the Tiny and also get Roshan at the same time.
That was just a really quick decision, like a step decision. You need to make the decision very quick. 1 second slow, your Rex is just gone from the Tiny.
So they figure out which heroes they need for Roche, which can defend, and Cloud9 going to keep finding themselves in this tough position. They'll keep using that Tiny in the top lane to kind of split push things, but it's going to be a hard game for our Cloud9 to turn around, it feels like.
There's always still hope with Wiz and Tiny. There's a lot of miracles happen with the duo.
Yeah.
And here we go. VG are gonna actually send a pack of 2 heroes. FY with the Avalanche, Ice with his Omni Slash, BKB SNY coming in from behind. The ward is actually gonna scout out this movement. This looks like it's gonna be a bad plan for VG.
Ice does not get off his BKB, yet he gets hexed as well. He's going to die before he can BKB or Blade Fury.
Oh my god.
But they're losing Rax at bottom lane. So Fenrir dies at top, but elsewhere it's Black taking the Rax in the bottom lane. Are C9 going for the base, or are they going to go for the defense? Right now it looks like they're going to come relocate back in. They want to fight. Black's got a Sunder available. He needs to use it, does do so. Envy, he can't afford to die here. Super in the front lines. He's the one being focused down. Envy, dead on the sidelines without a buyback now. Big Daddy No Tail going to... actually relocates out back towards the bottom lane. He's going to go for a TP. Rubik finds him though. FY God, please. Just completely destroying C9. They lose Rax, they lose Envy once more. And Vici Gaming, well, they're just outmaneuvering right now.
I wasn't actually sure they would have actually flew back the Tiny, TP back the Tiny and the Wiz. I thought they would actually get a trade, at least. They would have been able, no fault, and they would be able to at least get the Rax at top. So, I mean, they lose their own Rax and they get nothing with this move.
Envy dies again. Once more, they're just losing core heroes.
That was actually really, really surprising. I was thinking they might actually just try to get a trade-off, like, at least more or less even trade-off, but now they are stuck in a situation. They didn't get the Rex at top, and they lost their melee Rex at bottom. This is times getting harder for C9.
Well, C9 back against the wall now. We'll see what the next move's going to be. And Vici Gaming once more grouped up for a smoke. It feels like I feel like they have more smokes than most teams have right now. They just always they have these smokes and they use them at key times.
Crucial times. Yeah, that's the keyword.
You see so many times teams will just use smokes and not get much done, or use them at points of the game which aren't as key. Every time Vici Gaming has had a smoke, it's been at an important kind of time of the game for them to control the tempo.
Here we go. Are they going to find someone important, Feta or Misery?
It looks like Misery going to walk right towards him. Fenrir waves so he can't blink out. The Omni Slash insta KOs the line. Unfortunately, he doesn't bounce anyone else, but he doesn't need it. The Bone 7 Storm Gets blown to shreds.
That was a very good play there. Terrorblade showing himself on top.
And FY with a finger of death, of course. Like, you know, this guy, he'll take what he wants. You use a spell, you have to anticipate it
Here we
getting
go.
stolen.
Swap and be in
Oh,
trouble here.
no,
Gets stunned by the Alchemist. Probably needs to relocate him
They
back.
change targets. They're going to go for No Tail instead. They want to take the Wisp out of the picture. Without the Wisp, Envy not going to be able to do too much damage. The toss back on an Ice Ice Ice. Bone 7 goes zipping in. So with the Storm buyback, I think Vici Gaming decide they've potentially overstayed their welcome. But here comes Black. He's going to be joining up with the team in the top lane. Aegis, Skadi, Metamorph, and BKB all ready to go. And Cloud9 going to be tested here on this high ground defense.
I am not sure if they can actually defend this.
Well, they're trying to do every little trick they can in the book. Bone 7 goes zipping past, looks for the TP out, and FY on the Rubik even blinked back trying to catch him out as he TP'd, but didn't manage to stop it. Elsewhere, well, the base being sieged here. Blacks, but be careful here. Bone 7 once more zipping forward. There's a Finger of Death once more available for Rubik. Who's he going to use it on? FY sitting in the backlines. The Pipe, the Mech, Vici Gaming have too much sustain, not to mention the Healing Ward. How do you kill these Vici Gaming heroes? Everyone on full HP. Black on the front line is going to bring down Envy. It's the Finger of Death, not even needed. As Cloud9 tap out. GG is called. Vici Gaming.
What a performance. What a performance by Vici Gaming.
Looking very solid here. This is just some incredible Dota coming out of the mixed Chinese SEA German team that we know as Vici Gaming. Your Summit 2 champions, your ESL 1 New York champions. This team does it all.
Yeah, I mean, they had everything they need. Everything was on point. The itemization, like, they get a lot of space and a lot of time for the Juggernaut to catch up in the lane, even though he didn't exactly had such a good start like the usual games he had, but he was able to be a factor in the team fight just by having that the healing ward.
That one of the few plays, like, I mean, obviously it's an offlane jug, so his purpose is different in the lineup, but he was maxing Blade Fury and Healing Ward and just only going for the single point in crit. He had like a 4-4-1 build at level 11, so
That's his job.
yeah.
Deal as much as possible damage with your Blade Fury. Having the lower cooldown is nice as well, and healing ward. That was like the only thing that actually mattered in the fights. Like Bone 7 trying to get the healing ward multiple times, but they just cannot kill anyone. Mech, Pipe, healing ward.
Yeah, Bone 7 always tried to be too fancy in some of those fights. He was always going for that ball lightning TP. He tried it like 6-7 different times. I mean, just to do as much damage as he can. I guess Cloud9 were in a position where they didn't have too many options left.
GoDz.
So.
If I
Hello.
was, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, Bruno?
Good. I'm thinking if I was Bone 7, I would be blocking Envy from Skype just in case I get an awkward message. And suddenly find myself looking for some new friends.
Wow.
But yeah.
You know,
Wow.
next time there just won't even be a message. It'll be like you'll find out from someone else.
Friend of
Wow.
a friend.
Yeah, friend of a friend. Oh, by the way, yeah.
No,
Wow,
but it
that's
was completely C9 didn't find a way. It was a great itemization from Vici Gaming. The Alchemist pick was amazing. Like Bone 7, he jumped on the Alchemist. That's the thing that Storm Spirit does. Alchemist was like 100 HP loss, and then he's like, oh, I regen it back because that's
Dude,
how.
Yeah.
Mech, Pipe,
Mech
healing ward.
Pipe. Yeah.
It's amazing. And then even had the Vit booster just for some casual HP. It's
Yeah,
like
and then
the
he went for
perfect
the
build.
Heaven Halberd as well.
Yeah.
Like entirely thought to just disrupt
Yeah.
everything that
Everything
C9
is
could
just
throw at them.
Itemized just to end the game. But 36 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think if like Fata, he probably did a ton of hero damage that game, but you can't get kills because all that hero damage just get instantly healed
Yeah,
right back
we-
up.
yeah.
You go down, you go back up.
Talk about what C9 did in the game when they always have Zeus. They zap to scout,
Yes.
and every time VG smokes is after the scout.
Yes.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
That was like fantastic team movement from VG.
Absolutely. And you said it right. I think that the big problem is that C9
The
couldn't
storm,
deal with the
push. The storm off lane means that they didn't have any D push.
Yes.
The only way they could drag out the game is by pick off, and obviously VG know to avoid that, group up everyone as soon as you can so that no one gets caught by the storm. And what is C9 going to do when the Alchemist and Terrorblade are knocking on your door with the healing ward? You just do nothing, and that's what basically happened. They tried to kill the healing ward multiple times but didn't do it. And the only way they could defend was to force buybacks, to use their buybacks obviously, which the first time it worked. VG was slow to back off, and they thought they could actually re-initiate with the cooldown of the healing ward once more, but they were punished. But they quickly adjusted. The second time it happened again, they just backed off.
Yep.
And C9 lost so much net worth on the Tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, God's talked about it, but that's one thing that Ice does so well on that Juggernaut is keep that healing ward and like that sweet spot of really far away, but still healing up your team, and it's not fun to deal with.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
And the rematch of the Summit 2 finals goes the same way as it was before.
Yeah.
Vici Gaming
Forever.
takes the game.
Forever second.
Yes. We're going to take a look at standings and brackets, but later, because now we're going into a break. And after the break, we're going to take a look at Big God versus Tongfu, which you would think it's very, very advantageous for Big God. But I was watching about 10 minutes ago, the match was pretty even. So let's go to a break, then let's take a look at that. And when we come back, we will have Navi.
LGD versus Navi here on the main stream.
Yeah, that's going to be the fourth match of the day, the halfway mark of the day as well. So we're going into a break now. When we come back, Big God versus Tongfu. And when we come back, Navi versus LGD. See you in a bit.
Don't just stream, bet now. Go to ebattle.com.